What is going on, team? And welcome to episode 35 of the Listen Whilst You Set podcast. Hope everyone is doing well. Today's going to be an absolutely freaking awesome episode. Again, as always, at the moment, because I still need to get some guest lectures on, get guests on. So I really apologize for that. But you have me, yours truly, Simon Josson. And I just literally got this. I've got one of the Rain energy drinks, and it is Orange Dreamsicle. Dreamsicle. And Jay just got me this, so I'm going to do a little bit of a live taste test. Who doesn't love the sound of cracking open a fresh Rain or Monster? Question: Rain or Monster? Let me know in the comments below. What's your favorite? But live taster for the orange Dreamsicle. That's very, very strange. I get the orange, but then there's if you've ever eaten the quality streets that have got like the orange cream filling, that is literally what it tastes like. It's strange. It almost tastes creamy. Yeah, definitely not up there. I think one of my favorites has got to be the Rain, the Watermelon Mania. That's an absolute banger, and you cannot beat an OG white Monster. But also the tropical, the turquoisey one is very, very good. But enough of me rambling on about Rains and Monsters and energy drinks. Let's kind of get into today's episode. We're just going to be talking a little bit about how vulnerability can be your biggest strength. Now, I hope everyone is well, obviously. Let me know in the comments, drop me a message, reach out to me, connect with me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever it might be. But over the last couple of weeks, I've been to a number of different mentorships. I don't know if people know, but I have invested the best part of £50,000 over the last 2 years into myself, my progression, my ambition, the business, helping clients, all these different things, just to very, very simply help me level up. Okay. Like, I think one of the best ways that you can progress as a person or anything in terms of business, fitness, relationships is to pay someone who's been there and done it to teach you. And so you don't have to make the mistakes they did. Okay. So I was part of a mastermind with Phil Graham in Power Room, and I got to spend last weekend, the first weekend of August, with literally some of the world's top online coaches. Like, we're talking like the top 0.01%. We're talking people who are training thousands and thousands and thousands of clients, ex-SAS, all these incredible people. And it was one of the most incredible, inspiring, motivating, insightful weekends of my life. And I know I say this all the time when I go to these things. Dubai back in November, generally absolutely life-changing. Had another one of these with Phil in March time, and then obviously another one now. And again, absolutely incredible. And I learned so much from it. But one of the biggest things that I've learned, and this is going to be a little bit of a different podcast, and just let me know if you do enjoy it, drop me a message, is just opening up a little bit more about my own vulnerabilities. So a lot of people kind of look at me potentially, and I give off this persona on Instagram that I'm like a fucking Iron Man. Like, I don't stop. I train, I eat, I sleep, I work, I'm never down, all these different variables. And I was kind of reflecting on this, and I definitely think that I do sometimes give off that persona that I'm always freaking positive. I'm always this. And although I am a super positive person, I have a shitload of energy, and I'm always wanting to help people, inspire people, and motivate people. But hey, I go through my ups and downs like absolutely anyone. And I think true strength, and I've definitely been guilty of this in the past, true strength is actually being able to show your vulnerabilities, show your wins, show your losses as well, but also kind of help people learn from the mistakes that you may have made along the way. So this is just going to be me opening up a little bit, because I've had, to be fair, a fairly tough couple of months personally, professionally, all these different variables. And I just hope that you guys can kind of see that I am human. And I hope that you can realize that if you are going through some ups and downs, that it's okay, and it's okay not to be okay. And the best way you can do that is open up, speak about it, surround yourself with the right people, speak to the right people. And as long as you have the self-awareness and you learn from these things, then it's only going to help you. Sounds really stupid and cliche, but the whole saying, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, I genuinely believe it is true. But it's how you react to these things that makes the biggest difference. So if I just kind of look back at the last few months, this isn't me trying to throw a pity party for Simon. This isn't me asking for people to message me and say, hope you're okay, blah, 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 blah. This is me just opening up, showing my vulnerability, and hoping that you can learn some of the lessons that I have from things. So over the last couple of months, I lost my grandma. She passed away. It was actually a blessing in disguise, but obviously she was super, super unwell. She was in a home for a couple of years. Doesn't make it any easier, obviously, but it was the best thing that happened. Now, my grandma was a big, big part of my life. She lived with us for a good, oh my God, probably a good 10 years. And it's funny, when I used to PT, she always used to be there, sat outside in the garden with her biscuits and her Take a Break magazines, doing the crosswords and things like that. And my clients would come past and they were like, "Hey, Sheila, how's it going?" Then half the time she'd be trying to get my clients to sit down and have a cup of tea with her. I'm like, "No, they've got to work out. Let's go. Come on." Absolutely incredible lady. Just like a smile that absolutely lit up this room. And to this day, I still have never beaten her at a game of Scrabble, but anyone who knows me will know that's not difficult because I cannot spell for shit. So obviously that was a pretty tough thing. On the reverse side of things, I spent a whole month in Dubai. Honestly, again, an absolute incredible experience, and the longest I've actually been away from home on my own. Spent it and met some of the most incredible people, and I would generally consider them friends for life. Incredible, life-changing experience. It really opened my eyes to a lot of stuff. But then off the back of that, ended up having to spend 2 weeks in a hotel room on my own. Didn't leave a hotel room, didn't see a human being for two weeks. So that was definitely an interesting experience. Then if I just kind of even look back at the kind of last 6 months or so, like December, January, February, March, the like aesthetic strength just grew from strength to strength to strength. We probably nearly tripled in clients in that time. Business was going crazy. I was working ridiculous hours, like probably the best part of 70, 75, 80-hour weeks, just literally running myself into the ground, which was absolutely incredible. And it was really good problems to have, but I was definitely neglecting other things in my life. Then went to Dubai, had a bit of downtime, looked at kind of really making sure that I was on top of my stuff kind of more personally. And I don't know why, I think I just hit burnout. I generally, openly and honestly was questioning, do I want to train? Do I want to just be lazy? Do I even want to grow a business? Why am I in the fitness industry? Why am I doing this? Do I really want that? What do I want? What's the meaning? What the fuck am I doing? And I generally just feel like I lost my mojo. For the first time in my life, I was just kind of questioning stuff. Okay. That caused me to fall completely off track with my training and my nutrition. Like Dubai, whilst I was there, like my nutrition definitely was way off track. Bit too much Cheesecake Factory. And then just training wise, just definitely wasn't very consistent. And that's kind of some of my pillars that kind of allow me to feel freaking awesome, succeed, and kind of set myself up for success. As well as that, obviously, I broke up with my girlfriend, and we've been together 3 years. Again, I think it was the best thing to do, and I do not regret the decision. But again, it's just a lot of change within a kind of small place, and that kind of stuff does take its like kind of wear on you. And then obviously, on the reverse of that, I had my best mate's wedding, and it was generally one of the most incredible days of my life to have the experience with him, for him to kind of give me the opportunity to be his best man. Fingers crossed my speech went down all right. I had some laughs, had some tears, so it can't have been too bad. But it's just been a very, very up and down couple of months. Now, I think the biggest thing to remember is that if you go through these and you go through the ups and the downs and you don't learn from them, that is the only time you lose. I had a saying said to me a good few years back, and it's something that resonated with me incredibly well. And it's something that I really tried to implement into my life. And the saying is just, if you don't win, you learn. You never fucking lose. The only time you lose is if you don't learn from something where you don't win. So me looking back at this last 6 months, 3 months, whatever it might be, I got to learn from the first start of the year. I went too in on business. I went too busy, nailed down too much. Okay. Now, balance doesn't exist. If you want to be fucking awesome at something, you want to scale something, you want to grow a business, you want to become super successful, you want to build an incredible physique, you're never going to have balance because you do have to go in. But learning to push and pull on terms of I need to be a bit busier here, that means that's going to take a back seat, but making sure that you do swing back the other way at some point, it's going to be essential. That's some of the biggest lessons that I did learn. I went too all in. It caused burnout. It caused a drop in motivation. It caused me to neglect personal relationships with family, friends, colleagues, blah, 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 blah. Okay. And that took its toll on me then mentally. Okay. So we're in this vicious cycle of just going round and round and round. I'm doing this thing, but I know it's affecting me, but then I'm not doing anything about it. And this is going to sound funny because that's actually one of my biggest pet peeves is people being a hypocrite, is moaning about something but never doing anything fucking about it. Okay. I then went the other way, and I probably kind of, because I burnt out, I pushed more into like personal side of things, neglecting probably business a tiny little bit, not kind of putting the work where I needed to necessarily, or maybe dropping the ball very slightly. I need to learn from this. So what I've learned is now I make sure that I push and pull. I make sure that I learn to manage my energy. I make sure that I have scheduled days off. I make sure that I have the most I need to do and the least I need to do. If I'm feeling low in energy and low in productivity, then I just have, this is the minimum that you need to do. If you're feeling freaking awesome, hey, let's try and get some extras in. But one of the biggest things I also learned was that my training, my nutrition, and my sleep, my recovery are absolutely fundamental for me looking good, feeling good, performing good. Without these, my life just goes to shit. Genuinely, it sounds really stupid, but if I'm not getting enough sleep, I wake up feeling groggy. I then make poor nutritional choices and I don't train. And then I just feel like shit. I don't get what I need to do done. My productivity goes down. My energy goes down. My mood goes down. All of these different variables. Okay. So what I want you to do is look at your life and think, what are the key pillars for success? For me, it's my morning and evening routine, because I know that sets me up then for my training nutrition. So if I lock in my morning routine, I wake up at X time roughly. I make sure that I get a litre to litre and a half of water in with some electrolytes. I make sure that I do my morning journaling and I have a little bit of a stretch. If I do that, it sets my day up for success. In the evening, I make sure that I have planned out my next day. Otherwise, I just feel like I'm playing catch up the whole time. Okay. And then I make sure that I get a decent amount of sleep. If I don't do this, then my nutrition becomes poor, my training becomes poor. And if I do all three of those things, I don't do them, everything else just becomes poor and it has a massive effect on me. Okay. Or I can double down on it and just fucking grind. People ask me what my superpower is. I say it's two things. One, making really complicated things fucking simple. And two, just the ability to fucking get down and dirty and just grind, get shit done. But if I just get shit done all the time, eventually I burn out, like I learned. So it's learning from this and just making sure that you push and pull. Also, with losing my grandma, breaking up my girlfriend, it made me realize that the time that you have on this planet, and this is going to sound really deep and philosophical, the time that you have on this planet, particularly like loved ones or close people, is so fucking small. You have to make the most of it. And yes, you need to double down and become freaking successful, do what you want to do, chase dreams, chase goals, chase ambitions. But you also need to remember to have that little bit of balance and learn to push and pull and spend the time with loved ones, because you don't ever know when that might be taken away from you. Oh, yeah, it's a lesson that we all need to learn, reflect on, and remember that memories are fucking everything. No one gives a shit if you worked 80-hour weeks. What people remember is the impact that you had on the world, how people remember you, how you helped people, the memories that you had with people, the holidays, the weird spontaneous nights out, the times you went down to the beach and just freaking stood and talked crap and be there for people. Okay. That's the shit that people matter, not if you worked 80-hour weeks. If you work in 80-hour weeks, if you ask me now, reflecting on that, you're just not fucking productive or you're not organized. Okay. No one needs to work 80-hour weeks. All right. Now, also, this has made me realize over the last kind of 3 or 4 months how important it is to have one, self-awareness, and two, the right people around you. In terms of self-awareness, I think this is one of the biggest missing traits for a lot of people nowadays, is they can't ask themselves hard questions. Did I drop the ball? Is it my fault? Did I fuck up? Is it someone else's fault? Okay. How can I do better? What do I need to do more of? What do I need to do less of? What can I do today that my future self will thank you of? Asking yourself the fucking hard questions. Look in the fucking mirror and stop blaming everyone else. Okay. I looked at this and honestly, some of this, obviously some of this is not my fault, but some of it is my fucking fault. It's my fault that I didn't have the awareness to delegate earlier, bring on team, bring on staff. It's my fault that I let other things get in the way. And it's just about taking that ownership, having that self-awareness, and also the self-awareness go, okay, right, maybe I'm pushing a little bit too hard here. Maybe I need to pull off. Maybe I'm being fucking lazy and I need to get in on this. Maybe my own personal standards, my values, my beliefs just aren't fucking strong enough. I need to have a serious word with myself. Okay. The self-awareness to actually be critical of you rather than blaming everyone else is absolutely key and fundamental to your growth across your physique, your performance, your personal and your professional life. Okay. If you can have self-awareness, is critical, but also you need people around you who are going to call your bullshit if you need to. You don't need to be surrounded by yes men who are going to go, it's okay, you had a tough time. It's going to, you need people around you and go, yeah, look, you had a pretty tough time, but also this, and this. Or, hey, okay, how are you going to learn from this? Someone who's going to ask you hard questions, someone's going to be there for you. give you a pat on the back, put an arm around you, give you a fucking kick up the arse if they need to, or just someone to simply tell you you're being a fucking dick. Okay. And I'm so thankful for the people that I have had in my life who have held me to higher standards than I may potentially hold myself, and who have been there for me when I need them. And it's safe to say that I would not be the man I am today if it wasn't for these people. And I'm not saying I'm perfect, most definitely not saying I'm perfect, but always trying to get better, be the better person, be a best version of what you possibly can. But just making sure that we do evolve. And if you don't win, you learn. Okay. This comes from talking to people, being open, being honest, and remembering that true strength comes from showing your vulnerabilities. Because anybody can act like a fucking big dick and think they're the coolest person in the world. They don't struggle with anything when everybody struggles with something. Okay. And also when you're speaking to people on that, just be aware that everyone has their own demons. Everyone is fighting their own battle. And you can never make assumptions to, hey, that person's life must be amazing. Hey, this, that, and the other. Okay. Be open, be curious, be a bigger person, have a growth mindset. Okay. It's okay to not feel great or to be struggling with something. It's not okay to make an excuse and do fucking nothing about it. Okay. If we don't learn, we win and we fucking grow. Okay. Reevaluate, be self-aware, and move forwards. Okay. And my challenge to you guys is going to be, I know this was a little bit of a different podcast, so make sure you let me know if you like this kind of stuff, just me opening up a little bit more about my life. What my challenge for you today is, I just want you to reach out to someone and say, hey, how's it going? You okay? Like, genuinely, are you okay? What's going on? Is there anything I can help with? And if you're going through some stuff, I want you to open up and show vulnerability to your loved ones. Is it your mum? Is it your dad? Is it your brother? Is it your sister? Is it your fiance? Is it your wife? Is it your girlfriend? Is it your boyfriend? Whatever it might be, I want you to open up and show some vulnerability and saying, hey, look, I was really struggling with this. What would you do? What would your advice be? Because when communication is good, everything is good. Communication is absolutely everything. When relationships break down, when arguments happen, all these different things, 9 times out of 10, it's a miscommunication. So that's my challenge for you today. Guys, I hope this was a useful episode. Very freaking different. I'm going to finish my rain. I'm going to schedule this podcast and I will see you all in the next episode. If you can, please give it a share to your socials. Tag me on Instagram. Join my new free Facebook group, Simon Johnson Facebook group, Simon Johnson Fitness Facebook group. Is in the link in my bio on Instagram. I'll put it in the link in the show notes of this on YouTube. Make sure you join it. Completely free. Loads of educational content, downloadable PDFs, lessons, tricks, tactics, strategies, hacks to help you get world-class shape, build a rock hard body, bulletproof mindset, and ultimately just reach your full potential. Okay. Also, let me know what you think about this episode. Reach out to me personally, drop me a message. And if I can help with absolutely everything, you know where I am. Have an awesome day, guys. Catch you later.